Well, let's now go to some international news. Saudi Arabia has admitted for the first time that missing journalist Jamal Khashoggi is dead. The country says it has fired 2 senior officials over the incident that has provoked international outcry. A statement from the Saudi public prosecutor said a fight broke out between Khashoggi and people who met him in the country's consulate in Istanbul, and that this led to his death. The statement said investigations are still underway. The White House has said it is saddened by the news, but made no mention of any action against Saudi Arabia, which of course is an ally of the US. CGTN correspondent Michal Bardavid has more.
At about 1 a.m. local time in Saudi Arabia, there was a statement made by the Saudi prosecutor finally acknowledging that Jamal Khashoggi had in fact died within the premises of the Saudi Arabian consulate in Istanbul. They're saying that an altercation, a physical altercation took place, that a fight broke out, and that led to the death of Jamal Khashoggi. They're saying that 18 people, 18 Saudi nationals have been detained in Saudi Arabia. Among them are very high-ranking officials. One of them is Major General Ahmed al-Asiri, an intelligence chief. Another one is Saud al-Qahtani, one of the top 3 advisors to the Crown Prince. They're saying that it will take them 30 days to complete their investigation, and also that the Crown Prince will lead the commission to investigate. Meanwhile, there's been a statement made by the White House. They have acknowledged the Saudi announcement that the Saudis had taken action against suspects. There was also a statement made by the U.S. President Donald Trump. Let's listen to that.
What happened is unacceptable. We are going to see they've arrested, just for the people at the table, a large number of people having to do with the event that took place in Turkey and the consulate, the Saudi consulate. And it's a big first step. It's only a first step, but it's a big first step.
There's also been a statement made by the United Nations spokesman saying that the United Nations Secretary General Guterres was deeply troubled by the confirmation of Khashoggi's death, and that the UN chief called for a prompt and transparent investigation and urged full accountability for all that were involved. On Friday earlier, U.S. President Donald Trump had stated that he will have Congress very much involved in determining what to do with the Khashoggi case. Also, an important question right now is where is Khashoggi's body and when will it be released to Khashoggi's family? This is Michal Bardavid for CGTN in Istanbul.
Well, Michal Bardavid now joins us live from Istanbul with the very latest on this story. Michal, of course, very significant development we're seeing from Saudi Arabia, confirming, of course, what many have suspected all along. But why confirm the death of Khashoggi now?
Well, yes, I think this was basically a turning point in the beginning. Once we had the Turks being allowed inside the consulate and inside the residence house, they were really forced to kind of make an announcement at the end of the Saudis, because Turkey was pushing for there to be an announcement, because they were saying that they had evidence. They were saying that they were expecting some lab results. There were some unconfirmed reports of what had happened. So yes, there was a lot of international pressure, but a lot of Turkish pressure as well. And there was a statement made by Turkey's AK Party representative for human rights, Leyla Şahin, and she stated that the investigation, Turkey's investigation, had forced the Saudis to make this admission, to finally admit that Khashoggi was in fact killed within the premises of the consulate. She's also stated that now it's clear that there are still international security threats that are present, and she also said that Turkey would soon be publishing their findings. So a lot of pressure still from Turkey at this point. Lindy?
Indeed, of course, Saudi Arabia facing, as you say, a lot of pressure. And from now, the world will be looking to see what steps they'll take next. We understand that some disciplinary action has been taken by Saudi Arabia at that embassy in Istanbul. But what should we expect going forward?
Yes, there's a lot to expect. First of all, we are still expecting the Turkish findings. This is going to be very significant. There were some unconfirmed reports from Turkish officials that were published regarding an audio recording, apparently, that allegedly had captured the moment that Jamal Khashoggi was allegedly tortured and then killed. And this is not, of course, matching to what the Saudis are saying happened. They are saying that it was a fight that took place that led to the death. However, the unconfirmed reports have it very differently. So there's still a lot of pressure there. And just to know that Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan had a phone conversation with Saudi officials last night, and this was just before they made the announcement. So still we are seeing that there is a lot of pressure from Turkey. Still, we need to see whether or not this is going to be believable for people worldwide, for officials in Turkey, for officials in the United States. There were U.S. lawmakers who were saying that they're very skeptical regarding these explanations, because it's very hard to imagine that such high-ranking officials were able to take such action and killing of Jamal Khashoggi at the consulate without the authorization of the Crown Prince. Even though they're saying it was just a fight, it's really still going to be significant to see whether the international community will accept this kind of an explanation and whether or not they will take some action. Mindy?
Thank you so much, Michal Bardavid, following that story very closely for us and joining us there live from Istanbul.